The royal family and the death of this great queen and the extraordinary outpouring of love and respect, not just here, but around the world, actually. Biggest event of its kind I think I've ever seen. What did you make of it? What do you think of a monarchy in the modern age? Is it survivable?
Well, I thought that what happened was extremely interesting psychologically because Queen Elizabeth stood for or embodied a whole set of virtues, which is the right way of thinking about it, that aren't in the least bit fashionable, but in fact, they're the inverse of fashionable in some sense, but are desperately needed. And so you might say humility, dutifulness, careful emotional self-regulation, discretion, the antithesis of narcissism, all of that. And she managed it extraordinarily well for 70 years. And so whenever things go too far in one direction, there's a tremendous unconscious or implicit desire for something that would set it right. And that's what you saw happen. And not only on the personal front, but there's also all the pomp and ceremony, which is also archaic and unfashionable. That was all part of that you Brits managed so spectacularly. That was all. People are just dying for that beauty.
What I felt was, I felt like the country, before this happened, 2 weeks before it, felt like the whole country was in a shambolic state, that everything was going wrong in our country. And in a way, the death of the Queen unified us in a way we hadn't been for a long time, certainly since Brexit. No one was talking about hot-button political issues or social issues. They were all talking about one thing. I mean, it also reinforced our national identity.
Oh, yeah.
In a way that actually made the world look on with great awe about the procession, our military, our royal family, the country. It made people feel good about Britain again. And therefore made British people feel good about themselves again.
Yeah, well, you guys have lots to feel good about. And that's not the standard mantra of the modern world. You know, this is an unbelievably admirable country for all its flaws. And so...
What do you find admirable about us?
English common law, the tradition of free speech, sardonic and self-effacing humor that's so much a part of the culture,
our ability to queue for 13 hours
politely
to see a woman lying in state who's not even a member of our family.
Right. Well, and to
resilience,
well, and to do that peacefully, and to do that in the spirit of mutual goodwill, and come to a place like London. It's unbelievably ethnically diverse, and yet it functions extraordinarily well. And you're the birthplace of I would say, the greatest democracies on earth, and that's not accidental. I mean, the reason that places like Canada, New Zealand, and Australia, and the United States flourish is because their whole culture is grounded in the English tradition and the English common law tradition. And you can say what you want about those countries, but there are worse places to live